Winds 330 at 17, gusts at 23.
Some relaxing flying into and out of Leesburg, Virginia, with a stop at Baltimore, Washington International, so Eaglemania can play 2 blockbuster shows at the Tallyho Theater and a Sunday matinee in Annapolis, Maryland, with a stop at the most unique and unusual collection I've ever seen in downtown DC. It's another episode of Life in the Fast Lane. I'm John Weisswasser, pilot and drummer for Eaglemania. Follow me as I explore the practical use of general aviation while I travel the country with the world's greatest tribute to the Eagles. This is Life in the Fast Lane. This episode of Fast Lane has the band playing in 2 venues over Valentine's Day weekend. The first was a return to the Tallyho Theater, a venue we frequent and appears back in episode 4. This time, we're there for Friday and Saturday night shows, each at 8 p.m. with a Friday sound check at 4 p.m. On that Sunday, the band played the Ram's Head on stage in Annapolis, Maryland for a 1 p.m. appearance for a 90-minute show, which required a 10:45 sound check in the morning. I put these sound check times in so that you know when I have to be in position. The Tallyho and Leesburg are served best by the Leesburg Airport, an airport I know well and which is the focal point for the Smokehouse Pilots group on Facebook. If you don't know it, you should check it out. It's an unusually vibrant community of aviators down there. The closest airport to Annapolis is Bay Bridge Airport just to the east, but with its smaller runway, relatively speaking, I decided to go to BWI. I can get into 2,700 feet if I have to, but I'd rather not if I don't. The overall plan was to fly from Caldwell, New Jersey on Friday afternoon to Leesburg, then fly on Sunday morning from Leesburg to BWI, and then head back to Caldwell Sunday afternoon. As always, I factor in times for alternatives to flying. In this case, the 196 nautical mile flight to Leesburg can be driven in about 4.5 hours, which means I had to decide by 11 a.m. to go. For the leg to Baltimore, this 15-minute flight can be driven in close to 2 hours, which meant I had to decide by 9 a.m. I could always leave the airplane in Leesburg and use the rent-a-car to make the round trip to Baltimore and either fly home or go home the next day. Looking at Windy the day before, it didn't really look like the weekend was going to be affected by any really adverse conditions, save for some gusty winds on Friday perhaps. Briefing the first leg on Friday morning and aiming for a 1 p.m. departure, METARs showed a broken layer at 4,000 feet and some gusty winds at Caldwell and the same at Leesburg. But with a runway 35 at Leesburg, winds out of 340 gusting to 22 weren't much of a concern. Forecasts for either end of the leg were consistent with the observations, except the decks were a little lower. You could see the gusty conditions throughout the region on the TAF. This was all associated with a high-pressure ridge off to the west and a cold front just to the east of my route. The SIPVIP had the potential for light icing between 3,000 and 7,000 feet, with a freeze level at the surface along my route. The turbulence forecast had some low-level activity, which wasn't a surprise given the surface winds, and the NEXRAD showed some snow showers to the south and east of my route. PIREPs confirmed all of this. There was nothing glaringly bad, just stuff to keep an eye out for. Most of the bad turbulence reports were from earlier in the day when the winds were worse, and the icing reports, which were all traced to light rime ice, were from smaller planes, which was a good sign. So I went ahead and filed for a 1 p.m. departure at 18,000 feet using the route I knew I would get, Park intersection with the Hyper 7 arrival, and headed out to the airport.
929 Delta Alpha is cleared to Leesburg on departure left turn heading 180 radar vectors park as filed to 2000 180 at 10. 119.2 squawk on release 9 Delta Alpha. We'll let you know when we're ready with the 88th.
9 Delta Alpha, reback ready.
All day, but I had the battery under a ice heater. Felt nice and toasty. So let's see. Made a difference. 740. That's a nice, cool start. Okay, runway heading and clear for takeoff 9 Delta Alpha. All right.
I'm on final for wave 4 before Alpha Delta.
Yeah.
4 Alpha Delta, roger, runway 4, clear to line 13606, gust 19er.
And there, Delta Alpha, you start that left turn heading 180, traffic now short final runway 4, no factor. Contact departure, safe flight.
Okay, 180, 9 Delta Alpha. New York departure, Meridian 929 Delta Alpha's leveling 2000, 180.
929 Delta Alpha, New York departure, ident, climbing to 1010,000.
10, 10,000, 9 Delta Alpha. New York departure, Meridian 929 Delta Alpha, 6,900, climbing 10,000, 280 sign.
9 Delta Alpha, direct park up to 16,000.
Park in 16,000, 9 Delta Alpha. New York Center, Meridian 929 Delta Alpha, 12,700, climbing 16,000, and we're direct park.
929 Delta Alpha, New York Center.
We're still on the arrival and descending out at 12,000 for 8,000 and asked for the visual to runway 35. Says this airport only has approaches going in one direction because Dulles is right there. So there's no approach going in this direction, but the winds come in from this way. So I could have asked for the approach to this way and then broken it off and just come around, and I just figured I'm just gonna take the visual right off the bat. Atomic approach, Meridian 929 Delta Alpha, 4,000, direct Leesburg.
Number 929 Delta Alpha, Atomic approach, expect visual approach runway 35 in Leesburg, sliding up at 230, vector for left downwind entry.
Okay, 230 for the visual to 359 Delta Alpha.
Number 9 Delta Alpha, contact Leesburg Tower 17.5.
27.5, 9 Delta Alpha, thanks for your help. Good switch. Leesburg Tower, Meridian 929 Delta Alpha is going to be joining a left downwind for the visual to 35.
Meridian 929 Delta Alpha, Roger, how far out are you?
We're currently 5 miles from the field to the north.
929 Delta Alpha, Roger, traffic is a Cessna now departing, runway 35 and turning westbound.
Okay, we'll be looking 9 Delta Alpha.
Want to make right traffic?
Sure, we can take right traffic.
929 Delta Alpha, make right traffic to runway 35 and winds 330 at 17 gusts at 23.
Okay, right traffic for 35, 9 Delta Alpha.
Meridian 929 Delta Alpha, is clear to land runway 35, wind 330 at 17 gusts 20.
Clear to land 35, 9 Delta Alpha. Okay, manual, lights, hots, pulse. We have 20 degrees of flaps, 3 green, and pressurization 0. Okay, final check. Good.
The Tallyho is one of our absolute favorite places to play. Forget the fact that it's within an arm's reach of Washington, D.C., where I grew up. We've probably played there, 15, 18 times over the last 5 years, and each time we take the stage there, the energy is on an 11, which is one more than 10.
Rock club, a little louder than a theater, so have fun with it, that kind of thing. If it tickles a little bit, it's good. So.
Man, easy. I love this place. You know when you were a kid and you went to nightclubs that were just like, it was basically just a big space, like a big cavernous space.
Right.
That's what this place is like. It was a movie theater. It's not like beautifully decorated. It doesn't have like really fancy furniture or railings. Desperado. What it has is this amazing vibe.
Right.
You know, it's
Right.
it's such a fun place to play.
I just changed my strings, and now I'm going to check the intonation and the action.
How often do you change the strings on your bass?
On this gig, you know.
Jamerson style?
No,
Never.
no, but you know, he went for the dead thud sound. So
Right,
there's
yeah.
no reason he had flat round strings, and he had a mute under the. So it was all bloop bloop bloop, you know, quick decay.
Right.
Yeah.
The Tallyho never disappoints. On our day off, we were offered a special tour of a place called O Mansion by Adi Karasik, a fan of the channel, an avid pilot, one of the most interesting people I've ever met, and a member of the Smokehouse Pilots group.
You made my day today.
Awesome. You made mine.
Unfortunately, the mic port on my camera was broken, and I didn't realize it until later, and there's no audio from this incredible trip. O Mansion is a series of 5 interconnected townhouses in downtown DC, which was built in 1892 by the builder of the U.S. Capitol and shares some of the inside design and materials from its sister project. After a long and illustrious history housing people such as J. Edgar Hoover and James Clark, who was the Speaker of the House during Teddy Roosevelt, it is now a combination of museum and inn dedicated to the arts and supporting creative and artistic expression. The museum part of it is an incredible collection of donated signed rock memorabilia. Dylan, Stones, Hendrix, the Eagles, the Beatles, the list goes on, and it's pretty immense. And pretty much anybody who is anyone in the music business seems to be represented there. Then there's other parts of the collection, sports, movies, even a Stan Lee self-portrait. The building itself has around 100 rooms and 70 secret doors, and it was a blast to tour it and hear the stories of who had stayed there and the inspiration for each of the themes. Rosa Parks, for example, was a longtime resident. More to come on this incredible spot, hopefully next time with audio.
Everybody say, oh yeah, oh yeah. Everybody,
The next morning, I briefed the trip to BWI with an eye on the forecast for the afternoon return to New Jersey. 2 hours before my planned 9 a.m. departure, and don't forget, I needed to be there for a 10:45 sound check. Everything was good VFR. The TAFs showed that it was expected to stay that way throughout the day. The whole East Coast was dominated by a large high-pressure area. The SIP-FIP and the turbulence forecasts were similarly benign for this leg. Interestingly, the NEXRAD showed a patch of freezing rain to the north of my route, and which was reflected in the GTAF. It wasn't going to affect my flight, but I would have never seen that if I was doing a cursory METAR and TAF only weather briefing.
9 Delta Alpha is cleared to BWI beyond departure left turn heading 300, radar vectors Martinsburg, Victor 166, Westminster direct, 3000, 5000 to 10, 12505 and 4656, 9 Delta Alpha.
9 Delta Alpha, read back, correct.
So watching this to come up to 13. Fuel. I'm watching the ITT and the NG. For hot start and hung start. It's both look great. Oil pressure's good. That's that little batch of crud. All right, oil pressure is in the green. Airspeed's alive. 60 knots.
November 2847, Leesburg, Tower.
Takeoff runway 35, November 2847.
November 9 Delta Alpha, contact Potomac approach, good morning.
Okay, we're to approach. Thanks for your help, 9 Delta Alpha. Potomac approach, Meridian 929 Delta Alpha is 1,200, climbing 5,000, runway heading.
Meridian 902 Delta Alpha, Potomac departure ident, climb maintain 5,000.
5,000, 9 Delta Alpha.
702 Delta Alpha, radar contact 2 miles north of Leesburg Airport, clear to BWI Airport, see direct Woolley and direct, 5,000.
Okay, Woolley and direct to BWI 9 Delta Alpha. Oh, so funny. It's just funny, that's what I filed. They gave me this whole other clearance, and once I got in the air, they gave me what I filed. Oh. Usual. Potomac approach, Meridian 929 Delta Alpha 5,000, Lima.
That was November 929 Delta Alpha.
Affirmative 5,000 with Lima 9 Delta Alpha.
November 929 Delta Alpha, thanks. Baltimore, altimeter 3021, expect a visual approach, runway 33 right.
3021, expect a visual for 33 right, 9 Delta Alpha, thank you.
November 9 Delta Alpha, contact Potomac approach 119.7, check in with your heading, please, have a good day.
119.7, 9 Delta Alpha, have a good one. Potomac approach, Meridian 929 Delta Alpha is 3,700, descending 3,000, 090.
November 902 Delta Alpha, Potomac approach, Baltimore, altimeter 3021.
21, 9 Delta Alpha.
We're 9 Delta Alpha, turn riding 220.
220, 9 Delta Alpha.
November 9 Delta Alpha, descend and maintain 2,000.
2,000, 9 Delta Alpha.
November 9 Delta Alpha, Baltimore, 3 o'clock, 9 miles.
Insight, 9 Delta Alpha.
November 9 Delta Alpha, roger, cleared visual approach, runway 33 right.
Cleared visual, 33 right, 9 Delta Alpha.
November 9 Delta Alpha, contact Baltimore Tower, 119.4, 19.4.
119.4, Delta Alpha. Baltimore Tower, Meridian 929 Delta Alpha is with you on a visual 33 right.
Meridian 929 Delta Alpha, Baltimore Tower, runway 33 right, cleared to land.
Clear land, 33 right, 9 Delta Alpha. Coming down. Hey, manual, lights, hots, notches, 3 green, bro.
Meridian 9 Delta Alpha, right turn, my frequency of the ramp, see you later.
Okay, right turn with you, 9 Delta Alpha.
From BWI, it was on to Ram's Head on stage in downtown Annapolis for a 90-minute matinee on a Sunday afternoon. We call this a routing date because it isn't one we would necessarily do if we weren't there already. I'm not sure the venue was even big enough for us to spend a Friday or Saturday night there. But for something like this, where we hit on the way back from a great weekend in Leesburg, it was perfect.
And I have loved you a while.
I hate this picture.
Why?
I hate it.
This guy, that guy. What's the word, Dennis?
A quick updated briefing from the morning prior to leaving BWI for Caldwell, New Jersey showed VFR conditions along the route and at each end. TAFs hadn't changed much either and were forecasting VFR along and at the ends of my route. The SIPFIP, however, was calling for the possibility of light icing from 9,000 up to the lower teens, a typical altitude that the routing from Baltimore to New Jersey would have you fly at, specifically the Maisie 2 arrival. So this was something I had to be prepared for. In this case, a descent would likely solve the problem. Here's the NEXRAD loop from just before showtime at noon. You can see the bands of showery activity and some snow to the north and west. Here's a screenshot just before I left about 3 hours later. While none of this was going to interfere with the flight, I was happy to know that this was going on, as I don't really like surprises, especially weather-related ones. It also emphasizes why it's so important to get a complete briefing, as none of the METARs or TAFs demonstrated any of this. PIREPs were sparse, but there were a couple reports of light rime icing. BWI has PDC, so I didn't need to call for a clearance.
Meridian 99 Delta Alpha Sierra, ready to taxi from Signature.
Meridian 929 Delta Alpha, I'm sorry, got it now, taxi to runway 33 right via Quebec.
33 right via Quebec for 9 Delta Alpha. Okay, good.
Meridian 902, 900 Delta Alpha, Baltimore Tower, 120 at 8, runway 33 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 33 right, 9 Delta Alpha. Okay, good. Low pressure's good.
Alaska 900, right turn hotel.
And airspeed's 60 knots.
Delta Alpha, turn right, heading 030, contact Penal departure.
030, departure, 9 Delta Alpha, so long. Which?
November 902, 9 Delta Alpha Potomac, radar contact, maintain 5,000, I say leaving 1.4.
Affirmative, 15, climbing 5,000 now, and 030.
November 9er Delta Alpha, turn right, heading 170, vector for climb, maintain 5,000.
170, 9 Delta Alpha.
Piedmont 4796, climbing.
We're on the Maisie 2 arrival, and at 12,000 feet, and we're doing about 240 knots with a nice 30 tailwind. Puts us in at Caldwell, I don't know, 25 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah. Weather in Caldwell is pretty much calm winds, and 6,500.
9 contact approach on
119.75. And they're landing to the south, so we'll take the RNAV to 22.
270 when able direct to Medina.
270 Medina when able, American 1120.
That's it.
5028,
Not bad.
direct to Modena.
We're tired.
Direct to Modena.
It's been a long weekend.
Okay, it's alright though. We'll be alright. I'm pooped.
November 9 Delta Alpha, descend via the Maisie 2 arrival.
Descend via 9 Delta Alpha. I love descend via.
1535 out of 1100 for 5,000.
United 1535.
The way we do that is I tell it that we're accepting the altitudes that are part of the arrival, and then I set the altitude pre-select to the lowest number. And then when we're 2 minutes away from the top of descent or less, then I'll arm the VNAV. That's how you do it in the G1000. I realize I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to everybody else in the world who's watching us right now.
What's funny is I totally understand that. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Right.
I was like, I don't have to respond.
Oh, you've been performing enough this weekend.
He's not talking to me.
Nick approach, good afternoon. Meridian 929 Delta Alpha is 10,400 descending via with November.
November 929 Delta Alpha New York, good afternoon. After Solberg, heading 040, vector ILS, correctional localizer 22, Oklahoma.
Okay, 040 after Solberg, and request the RNAV to 22 via Lady for 9 Delta Alpha.
You can expect it.
Thank you, 9 Delta Alpha. Nick approach Meridian 929 Delta Alpha is 4,000 November.
November 9 Delta Alpha New York, approach, was that you?
Affirmative, 4,000 November 9 Delta Alpha.
November 929 Delta Alpha New York, thank you. Call altimeter is 3039er. Oh, I'm sorry, 3009er. And understand you want the RNAV 22, correct?
Affirmative, 9 Delta Alpha, and we can take it via Lady if that helps you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Whatever fix you want works for me. It doesn't make a difference to me.
Okay, yeah, we'll request to go direct Lady.
9 Delta Alpha, proceed direct to Lady.
Direct Lady, 9 Delta Alpha. Amazing how quickly it changed.
Julie Share 3 from unbuilt terrain, 160,
we're
maintain
IMC
2000
now.
till established localizer, cleared out left runway 19 approach.
Fairly IMC, but it is IMC.
6000 till established. Number 9 Delta Alpha, descend and maintain 3000.
3,000, 9 Delta Alpha.
This controller was great. He was vectoring me and a citation onto the same approach while juggling traffic into Morristown, which is about 5 miles from Caldwell. And it was fun to watch him do this while following the traffic on my TCAS.
It won't be that long.
This is cool.
9 Delta Alpha, you can pull it back to your approach speed now.
Okay, we'll pull back
Vertical
to 9
track.
Share 359, descend and maintain 3000. 9 Delta Alpha, 3 from Dowdy, maintain 3000 till established on a public segment approach, cleared RNAV 22 approach.
Code for the approach, 9 Delta Alpha.
Remember 9 Delta Alpha, thank you very much for your help. Your number 2, ready service terminates, call at towers 119.8.
Okay, Tower, and you have a good one, 9 Delta Alpha. And call Tower Meridian 929 Delta Alpha is also on the RNAV outside fare.
0 Golf Golf, runway 22, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 22, 510 Golf Golf.
Meridian 9 Delta Alpha, Caldwell Tower, number 2, final citation on a 3-mile final at this time, 1,800.
Okay, we'll be looking number 2, 22, 9 Delta Alpha. Can I get a quick wind check?
Wind 260 at 4.
I'm not going to fuel it now. We're just going to pack it away and go. All right with that?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Remember 9 Delta Alpha, wind 2704, runway 22, clear to land.
Clear to land 22, 9 Delta Alpha. Cool, like as the wind diminishes,
15 knots
less than it was back there. Like look how our angle is like, it's totally
bound or something like that?
This is called a stabilized approach. This is what I really strive for. I mean, not like doing all this last minute configuring and power settings, like everything's just sort of set. I just sort of fine tuning the power a little bit. Our speeds are just right. Configuration's just right. Everything's lined up. All the needles are centered. It's like you don't have to do anything. You just relax.
Yeah.
500.
It literally will just fly right down to the runway.
Awesome.
Here's what's next on Life in the Fast Lane. 4 legs to and from Florida so that we can play 13 shows over the course of a week at Busch Gardens. And while I'm there, I get to fly one of the greatest airplanes ever built. It's another jam-packed episode of Life in the Fast Lane.